Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is an epic snowstorm hammock overnighter in 2 feet of snow. So the snow is actually up to my waist, 2 to 3 foot drifts out here. In the flat areas, it's about knee height. So we've got a lot of snow that accumulated overnight. It is very, very deep and it has not stopped snowing. This storm is forecasted to happen all day today and all night tonight. So we're gonna get even more snow. So I've got the tarp pitched in an open configuration. I brought my little pack shovel, so I shoveled out underneath and around the hammock to basically give us a nice working area. And it is definitely time to enjoy a hot drink. So let's break out some gear and sip on a hot coffee. All right, guys, we've got a hot cup of coffee on the go. Boomer is perched up in the hammock. He's gonna get nice and warm in that down fill, which he always enjoys. He's got all his little snowballs built up in his beard. Looks hilarious. So it is still snowing out here quite a bit. It doesn't look like it's gonna let up. It's not a heavy snow, but it's a really steady, fine snow. And that stuff just builds up and accumulates like crazy. It sneaks up on you. So the tarp is already taking on some snow. I'm gonna have to clean the tarp probably quite frequent. I do have a lot of guidelines pulled out, so it's prepared to take some weight, and this tarp absolutely always performs really well. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm probably just gonna leave it wide open like this all night long. I'm not gonna bother touching it. I'll tension the lines a little bit, but I think I'm gonna leave it open. My hammock is rated for -40 degrees with the underquilt integrated. Plus I have 2 down top quilts inside, plus my downfill pants and my down jacket, which is hanging up there right now. So we're gonna be roasty, toasty, nice and warm in the hammock, and Boomer loves hammock camping. So we're gonna kick back, enjoy this coffee. It's cooling down rapidly, and carry on with the task of gathering up a little bit of firewood, because I would like to have a small fire here, and basically enjoy this winter wonderland, guys. So cheers, coffee break time. Hi. Hi. Do you want to come out? You look like you want to come out, but you don't want to come out. No? All right, let's just chill out for a minute. All right, everybody, coffee break is wrapped up with, and we've only got probably about 2 to 2.5 hours left of daylight. So I need to turn my attention to collecting some firewood with the saw. Boomer's gonna be in and out of the hammock as he pleases. As you guys can see, he can get out no problem. He will whine at my knees for me to put him back up, so he'll jump up on my leg, and that's when I know he's gotta go back in. So he's gonna do his thing, probably jump around here for a little while, but I'm gonna collect some firewood for a small fire just out front of the hammock tarp is what I'm thinking. Probably clear out a little area. That way all the embers won't come over and melt holes in the tarp or burn the hammock. And then once that's done and we get everything collected, I think it's gonna be time to start on supper. So I'm gonna walk around here and pick at some of this deadfall. You guys will notice that this is a little bit of a clearing, and I actually got really extremely lucky with a stump landing right in front of my hammock. I've never been here before. This area has been clear cut, so I had the idea of fallen trees, fallen logs, stumps. As I was shoveling this area out, there happened to be a very lucky find, a stump right there where my Trangia stove is on top of. So knowing that this entire area has all kinds of down trees with limbs, I'm gonna stay out of the forest and try and pick out what I can in the open area. That way I'm not getting covered in snow and getting even more wet. So let's collect some firewood and get that fire going. Alright guys, with the fire lay taken care of and a small amount of firewood to have basically a small campfire, enough to dry out my pants, my gloves, boots, just enough so I can crawl in the hammock and not have to worry about those things freezing overnight. I am going to turn my attention to cooking supper. The snow is starting to pick up again, and I want to have all of this stuff done before nightfall. That way I can organize my camp cook gear, all that stuff put away, just in case it does snow and the wind picks up tonight. It won't get buried and then I won't lose anything. And I want to have it done so I could basically go right over to the fire, light that thing, get really nice and hot and dry, and then run my butt right inside of that hammock for the evening. So let's get cooking. Alright guys, supper is on the go right now, and what I brought with me is 2 packs of ready-made pasta. Basically this stuff says it's ready in 1 minute. It's got the noodles already cooked and the pasta. Everything is ready to go. It just needs to be warmed up, or you can eat it cold in the summertime, whatever you want to do. I've got it on the Trangia right now. It's only going to take about a minute to cook, and the beautiful thing about this is it is silent. This stove is so awesome. It's just quiet, and that's what I like about it. So I'm going to basically heat this up. I think we're just about there. The water is getting quite warm. I can see the sauce is starting to turn back into sauce. So this is going to be really nice to just kick back and relax and have a hot meal without doing a whole lot of prep, a whole lot of elaborate cooking today, because coming out here in the deep snow was a lot of work. Last thing I want to do is wait around for an hour to cook. So that's going to do its thing. I also brought some Punjabi mix. This is dried Indian snacks. Trying to find the bag. So I brought a big bag of this stuff. And there's all kinds of ingredients in here. I'm gonna add that to the pasta for a little bit of crunch. I also left half of it out in the bag, non-mixed, out of one bag. That's gonna be Boomer's later on because he already ate. He had a whole bunch of dog food and a couple of meat sticks. So he's basically full right now, up in the hammock, stay nice and dry. Later on when he gets more hungry by the campfire, that's gonna be his snack right there. So pretty simple supper, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna let this cook up, eat up, get nice and comfortable in the hammock, and then it's gonna be time to light that fire, get nice and dry, and then turn in for the evening. All right, guys, it is later in the day now. It's getting very, very close to nightfall. Got the campfire ripping and roaring. That thing is throwing some serious heat for a small fire. The way I got it dug out, it's actually fighting against the wind, so it's not going to burn too fast, but it's bouncing all the heat right into me, which is awesome. So Boomer's hiding inside of the hammock right now. He's a little bit cold. I'm going to drag him out here in a few minutes just to get him a good blast of heat, so he'll be nice and warm when he goes back inside. I've got to say, it is absolutely still out here. Listen to this. Absolutely winter silence. So the snow has actually stopped. Surprisingly, it was snowing just moments ago. It has totally let up. The sky is complete cloud cover. It is not going to open up, but I think tomorrow it may part way. Just looking at the clouds, there are some light spots. It looks like it wants to break, but I have no idea. So we'll have to wait and see what the morning brings. But tonight, priority, get dry, enjoy the campfire for a little bit. I have a tiny bit of wood prepped off to the side, plus I've got all these trees back here that I can quickly snap limbs off of. I just don't want to go up in a knee or waist deep snow collecting wood and then creating that cycle of get next to the fire, dry out, and collect more wood. So basically everything around camp is ready to go. It is prepped and ready for the morning. Nothing's going to get lost. And I'm just going to chill out and relax and enjoy this campfire, which I've been waiting for all day long. I've been dreaming about this moment. So, time to relax, guys. Well, guys, I've got to say, this is definitely relaxing. Boomer is out here running these little trails that I've been making collecting firewood. It's like little highways for him. It's the only place he can run. He's not interested in the fire right now, though, so he's just interested in running and playing in the snow, aren't you? Going up? Yeah? It looks like a giant orange snowball right now. Getting his nightly zoomies in, running around, checking things out. He can't go very far here, and it's actually kind of a good thing that the snow is so deep because he's limited to the trails that I've cut from walking. So I don't have to worry about him getting lost or predators coming after him because I know exactly where he can go and how far he can get. So that's actually working to my advantage. He's loving it though. He's definitely loving it. Aren't you? Where are you going? Where are you going? Why don't you get a stick? Here, you can have this one. Little firewood bandit. You're gonna take a stick for a walk now. Probably see his ears poking up through all these little snow trenches. So this fire is absolutely incredible. Definitely what I needed. Drying out really quickly, I gotta say. Walking through the snow a little bit is kicked up on my pants, but it's dusting off. So I think tonight's gonna be a simple night as far as getting changed and getting dressed in the hammock. And basically my boots will be nice and dry, which is the most important thing for me personally. That way in the morning I can wake up to fresh boots, not frozen boots, because that's never fun. So we're gonna relax here for probably, I don't know, looks like another 30 minutes maybe worth of firewood. I am gonna burn the wood that I made my chair out of. I'll probably load that in and enjoy a beautiful fire view from laying inside of the hammock later on this evening. That'd be pretty awesome. Got good sounds out here, snapping, crackling, and popping. Just amazing out here right now. I love how quiet winter is. Awesome, awesome sound, awesome feeling out here. So we'll be in the hammock shortly, guys. All right, guys, well, I've got to say, this is absolutely relaxing. When the vibe is good out here, it is great. Absolutely awesome. So I've got two lights set up. I'm just gonna move this one a little farther down, and what I'm doing is clipping it onto my bug net to help hold the net open. A lot of you probably wondering, why do I have the bug net on my hammock in the winter time? Simply because it holds the top quilt inside. Holds this little guy inside too, because sometimes he likes to jump out in the middle of the night, then he can't get back in. So I like zipping it up. I have two downfill top quilts, matching top quilts. I do have one that is a free top quilt, and then I have one that actually zips in to the hammock. They were both made for me on a special order, but it can't zip in right now because I have the bug net on. So I'm basically just gonna drape both of them over top of me and Boomer, and we will be absolutely warm inside of there. Just gotta kick these boots off, plant them down here. All my cooking stuff is in order right where I need it. I got the beautiful view of that awesome campfire from right here inside of the hammock. So I'm gonna jump in and give you guys the grand tour inside, give you the view out, and then we'll be saying goodnight and catch you guys in the morning for coffee. So let me bring you guys inside. All right, so nice and comfortable inside of the hammock right now. Boomer's warming up right in between my legs is right where he sleeps. He'll pop his head up just like this, and that's basically where he'll stay all night. I'm gonna sleep with my down jacket on, and I do have that other top quilt in here. I'm gonna drape that up a little higher, and he usually sticks his nose out just a little bit for some fresh air. If not, he'll bury himself down there in my jacket, and he'll come up whenever he needs to, kind of like he is right now. Hi, hello. So this is the hammock. This is going to be awesome sleeping in here tonight. I have a beautiful view of the campfire. It is moody out there behind the camera. It is awesome out here, guys. So I'm going to give you a little view of what I'm looking at, and then it's going to be good night time. So check this out. All right, guys, now that you've had the grand tour inside of the hammock, it is time to get some of these lights off and start relaxing. So peace out, guys. I'll catch you first thing in the morning for coffee. Good night, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It is a gorgeously beautiful morning out here today in the freezing cold. So Boomer is in and out of the hammock as usual. He is definitely rearing, ready to go, full of energy. He slept all night last night. So as I predicted, the clouds did part way this morning. It is nothing but a blue sky up there, and we are just about ready to get blasted by morning sunrise, which is just hiding behind the peaks of the trees just across here, this little field here. So it is cold. You guys can hear a squishy, squeaky styrofoam snow feel. It is cold. It is negative 15 degrees Celsius up here. Both down jackets went on last night. Boomer was cuddled up way down in the bottom, nice and warm, and definitely ready for that sunshine today. So he's ready to go. And I'm almost ready to go, just working on hot coffee right now. We had snacks inside of the hammock way early before the sun even came up. So it is going to be a pretty straightforward morning today. We've got a lot of hiking to do. I've got to carry Boomer the entire way again because the snow is just too deep for him to run. Around camp it's not bad because I've basically made a highway of these little paths walking back and forth. But once we get away from this area where we slept, it's very deep. So probably going to throw him in my jacket, zip it up, put the backpack on, and head out of here. But for now, priority is coffee and that sunrise. So cheers, guys. Let's kick back and enjoy it. All right, everybody, here comes that morning sun. It is getting warm already. We're up to negative 14 degrees Celsius. No, but honestly, wearing all this down is super warm. And once I get moving around, warm up really, really quickly. And the thing I love about downfill products is it just feels like you're not wearing anything at all. It's super easy to move. It's not big and bulky. It works really well. So Boomer, you're gonna go up here for a moment. And coffee's just about done. So I'm just doing the little process of, I guess you're not going up there. I'm just doing the process of cleaning up some cook items. Get this Trangia cap on here. So this is really important. If you're gonna have dogs with you and you have an alcohol stove, make sure the cap is always on. And of course, don't ever mix up your alcohol fuel with water. That's pretty common sense. But I like keeping the cap on and the stove away just in case he gets into it. He won't help himself to a drink. So that's taken care of there. The system's super easy to pack up, so I'm just gonna pack it up. And that's basically it, honestly, guys. Just looking around here, I've got the tarp, which is going to get balled up inside out, jammed in the backpack. My two top quilts are still in the hammock, and my underquilt's integrated in the hammock. So what I do is I just leave everything inside. I zip it shut, and I stand my backpack up, and I just start cramming it in there because it's all goose down fill. So it'll all compress inside of there. The tarp will get balled up on top of that. And then on the very, very top will be the cook set, which is super simple. Looking at everything right now, I'm actually really glad I packed simple on this trip, because it's just cram that in there, and then gently place the cook set on top, snap it up, axe saw on the outside, alcohol bottle, water bottle, which is somewhat still frozen, and the shovel on the outside. Super simple pack up today, so I'm just going to do it really quickly, and hopefully it'll be nice in the sunshine, guys. So good morning. Sunshine is always welcome after a very cold night. Alright, so got most of the frost shaken off of the tarp. Just doing up the guy lines right now, and what I've got is a super simple system. I have adjusters on the ends of the tarp on every guy out point. Plus I have a little bit of bungee cord with a sliding clip that I just slide in there. I don't have to tie them, I don't have to neatly tuck them in. None of that nonsense, just quickly fold it up like this and then cram it underneath of that little slider on the bungee. And they are neat and tidy and ready to deploy next time, which makes packing them away incredibly simple, as well as the two ends. So I'll show you guys how simple this is. To just undo everything. The tarp is inside out right now, so most of the frost that is still left on it will remain on the inside, as I've just turned it inside out. And these final guy lines I'm going to leave undone, because when I get home I'm going to have to hang and dry this. But this is the last piece of gear that needs to go inside of the backpack. And it's almost laughable, it's almost comical how simple this is when you have the right gear and you're using it the right time. That's it. That's it, guys. I mean, look how misshapen this backpack is. I could cram it all the way down past the internal frame. And at that internal frame, this pack's a 40. So I would say it's probably down to about a 25-liter pack right now. Everything in there for -40. Okay, I still have to put my shovel on the outside and my jacket. I'm going to cram it on the outside because it's just too warm right now moving around. But that is it. So taking your sleeping bag and stuff out of the compression sack really helps fill everything. So when I came in here yesterday, I had the hammock in the compression sack because I took it off my gear shelf at home. But being out here, I'm not going to bother putting it back in the bag because I have to take it out of that bag when I get home to air dry it. So I just crammed it in there by hand, no compression sack, and let it do its thing, fill every little void, and that equates to a smaller pack. Unbelievable. And you can fluff it up too, which is what I'm going to do. You know what? Let's just throw the jacket in there. I don't need to wear that right now. If I do, I'll stop, take it out, and put it on. My big winter jacket in there. I'm going to put it in there loose so I can kind of fluff it, and then I can roll the top to give the backpack a little bit extra form and shape, which is what I like to do. That way it's not flopping all over my back when I'm hiking. So Boomer is going to get carried most of the way. Trying to get this buckled up here. This trip was absolutely enjoyable. Very quick in, very quick out, but we got to enjoy campfire, got to enjoy the stars last night, which I forgot to mention to you guys. The stars came out and it was beautiful. So Kendra, my wife, and I named our son Orion based on the constellation in the sky. So now, whenever I look up at the stars, I get to see my son, which is pretty awesome. So stars were out last night, and speaking of which, I miss them very much both, so I do have to get out of here and get home, edit the video, spend some time with family, and then be right back out here again doing something else. So we're gonna say peace out. Boomer, come. Say bye-bye, and we will catch you in the next video. Peace out, guys. Questions and comments down in the description and the comment section, and we'll catch you in the next video. See you later, guys.